to Wednesday's Strictly Come Dancing. It Takes Two coming up on tonight's show. They may have danced beautifully, but Strictly can sometimes dish out rough justice. DJ Spoonie, Gabby Logan and Zoe Lucker all join our shock exit panel. And as our finalists prepare their dances for this week's final, Darren and Lilia take a look at how their training is progressing in the midweek report. Plus, Hilary Alexander and designer Zandra Rhodes rifle through Strictly's wardrobe to choose their favourite dresses from the series. Now, this week, our finalists have a long to-do list. Put together a show dance, brush up on ballroom and Latin routines. Oh, and learn a brand new dance, the Lindy Hop. Here's what's involved.
The Lindy Hop took off in 1927, and that is the same year as the first ever solo flight across the Atlantic by Charles Lindbergh. He hopped across the Atlantic, the Lindy Hop. It's based on jive and swing, but more than that, it has a direct link to the Charleston.
Key things to look out for in the Lindy Hop is a swing out, the very rhythmical circular box step. Also, it has a breakaway when you improvise with your partner.
Lindy Hop has lots of lifts, lots of air steps. Most of the air steps are very explosive.
There's an over the back, down the back, side flip is pretty spectacular.
With the aerials, the lifts, the drops, timing is the key.
They both have to truly lead their partners. They also have to have a lot of rhythm, strength, and stamina. It's the Strictly finals, and the dancers can't be cautious with the Lindy. You've got to go out there and you've got to give it your all.
I think to put the Lindy Hop into the final is fantastic. Both couples are on the floor at the same time. We could compare them 1 to 1. It's going to be full on, high energy, and I can't wait.
Me too, Len. It's time now to check in on Chris and Ricky's training. It's the midweek report, and here to tell us how they're getting on, please welcome Darren and Lilia. Look at you. You look magnificent in your sparkles. Guys, they've got to learn 4 dances. You've both been in the finals. You won. You've been in the final twice, Lilia. What is going on in their head? At what point do you go, do you know what, I'm just going to sit on the sofa and order a pizza? Like, I can't even entertain 4 dances.
Whatever's going through their heads, Claudia, I can tell it's nowhere near as hard as the Dance Machine Challenge.
OK.
Actually,
I'm pleased we cleared that up.
Anyway, it's not... Can I just say, they've done the hard thing.
Yeah.
They've made it into the final. I think the semi-final is definitely the hardest week. For the couples, for sure. You know, they've made the final, make it a celebration as opposed to, you know, making it really, really difficult for themselves. They're there, they can enjoy it, and just really, really embrace the final. It is hard, very, very hard. And I tell you, after the show, they're going to be really, really tired.
I think the most important thing is to get the most easier dances out of the way.
Yes.
Because then in your head, psychologically, you've got, OK, 3 dances done, 1 to go. So whichever one is the hardest one, leave it to last, basically, and I think then you've got the rest of the week to work on it. OK,
you're going to be our Ricky expert, you're going to be our Chris expert. Let's start with their ballroom. First up, Ricky's quick step. Yeah. It got 39, let's remind ourselves.
This was my
this is their
ultimate favourite dance of the whole series. I was very, very excited to see it first time around, and I think if Ricky concentrates on all the intricate footwork which is involved in this quick step, because as I can remember from seeing it before, it was fast, it was furious, it was exciting, lots of fast footwork, lots of really difficult steps, actually. This was not an easy quick step. And I think if Ricky really concentrates on quality of the movement and really also concentrates on the 2 of them dancing together in synchronization, I think it will be a fantastic dance.
Yes, it had brilliant musicality, if I can use that word.
Totally.
Yes.
Let's have a look at Chris and Ola's Foxtrot. This was a turning point for them. This
Yes.
was Blackpool. They'd been in the doldrums. They did it. They got 34.
Definitely their best ballroom dance. Again, I think, you know, one of the things that they can look at is a little bit more movement across the floor. I think they could do with, you know, just to make it that little bit better. Again, one thing the judges have really commentated, hands. Look at the hands still. Bit of time to work on those. The judges are really going to look for that this week. They've talked about it over the last couple of weeks. Hands and face for Chris. Movement across the floor to make it as competitive as Ricky and Natalie's quick step.
OK.
Difficult to do, though, with
Can you
Foxtrot.
show me the perfect Foxtrot hand? I'm not even
Well, again,
joking.
what we want with the hands, you want more of a
Soft.
3-dimensional.
Soft.
His
Like that.
a bit like this.
Yeah.
We're looking for something that's got 3-dimensional. So thumb down, nice positioning.
All right.
Yes?
Okay,
Not
that's quite tricky.
flat,
Because
like
in
flippers.
Latin we have very sticky fingers.
Yeah.
Fingers.
Spiky hands,
Spiky
yes.
hands, yes. So you've dipped them in honey and they're all very sticky. But in Borum it's a little bit softer.
Okay. All right, this is good.
Yeah.
This is good. Okay, let's look at their Latin. Let's look at Ricky and Natalie's cha-cha-cha, which, I mean, the judges loved. I believe Alicia said, back on your A game.
Yes.
How's their training going?
They're opening out with the New Yorker here, and you can see that Natalie's arms are just slightly sharper than Ricky's. And for me, Ricky is 100% capable of matching Natalie for speed, for quality, for body movement, and I think that's exactly what he should concentrate on.
And he's not even a professional?
No, but I think that he is the best male celebrity we ever had when it comes to body movement. His body movement is amazing. His musicality, through body, through his feet, through his presentation, everything. I think it's really, really good.
Really?
Yeah.
That gives me proper chills, not in a
Yeah.
bad way, in a good way. Now, one of my favourite dance in the series, and people, they still talk about it, Chris Noller's Charleston.
Yes.
Because of its humour. Not only... I mean,
Really
look, this
suits
is
them.
already amusing.
Absolutely
This is
suits
jovial.
them completely.
Yeah.
Again, looking for synchronisation with arms and bodies here. One of the things that they missed a little bit when they did it live was the synchronisation of the feet and also the swivels of the feet.
Yes.
You need to see more foot swivels. I think we can still get even more by the final. The judges are going to look for that because that's exactly what they commented on the night when they did it. Great performance, but just to make it that little bit more technical, swivels through the feet. Very, very important.
Okay, very quickly, let's just have a look at the Lindy Hop. Let's have a look at this. First up, Ricky's, which is say Ryan and Jenny, the Lindy Hop expert.
We can see here the swing out and the Lindy Circle, which is the very, very popular Lindy Hop basic steps. But the main thing in Lindy, and I would just like to sort of say it in defense of Ricky and Natalie, because everybody's been saying so much about Chris and Ola's personality coming across in their relationship together. And I think they've equally got just as much relationship, but because everyone's been concentrating on quality of dance in Ricky's case, I think people kind of forgot about their relationship.
No,
and in
they
Lindy,
have brilliant chemistry
in
as well,
Lindy,
they do.
that's exactly what you've got to do.
You want to see a pass in this
Very, very quickly, we'll have a look at Chris and Ola's.
Yes,
We have to be
absolutely,
completely fair.
Again, keeping the arms loose really suits them. They've got a little bit of an advantage because they've done the Charleston. But very, very good. Great dance for these two. Just throw everything into it. Have a great time doing it. Loose arms, loose feet. Just look at it. Absolutely fantastic.
That looks fast. That looks fun.
Yeah, it's great.
It will suit them. This
Yeah,
dance will
great
suit
inclusion
them.
to the final.
Okay,
Very
guys,
hard.
you've been brilliant. Thank you so much. Darren and
Thank
Lydia.
you.